What is going on, guys? This is Versus All Gaming with my review of Kill La Kill episode 13, and this anime, it came back in a huge way with this jaw-dropping episode. So it starts off with us learning that there's going to be this raid trip where basically Sasuke and her Elite Four, they are actually going to go around and take over all these different academies, and we see that they're doing all these plans and preparations for it. And we even see now that the uniform that she gives to people, not only do they have a new look, as they're now like sweatsuits, but they all been upgraded as well. And even new uniforms will be given to the Elite Four, but we have to wait a little bit because they're still being worked on. But that means that those four are going to get a major power up, which means we'll see a lot more epic battles in the future. So I am definitely looking forward to that. I cannot wait to see what kind of changes will be given to the uniform, because we saw their first sets, and some were like definitely better than others. And I'm definitely looking forward to Sanagiyama's new uniform, because I would have to imagine that his will like definitely be the strongest one. Because out of all people, he actually did beat Ryoko, even though he lost to Nue. So afterwards, we actually go to Mako, who was like playing in the dirt, and she was going back and forth between wanting to go on this trip and not wanting to. And then we had the homeroom teacher as well. He actually had appeared, and he was talking to Mako, and so we learned that after Ryoko had went berserk, she was like never really the same after that, because she has been depressed all this time. She was like sulking in her room, and she was not even putting on her uniform. Like Senketsu, he was just hanging on the wall because she refused to wear him. So that right there should be expected. And you would think that she would be afraid of the uniform, but she was more scared of herself, because it was her that had went berserk, not Senketsu. Like, she had caused it to go crazy. And so now there's this guy, Nagita. He used to run the newspaper club, but he was actually banned from the school. And every time he appears, we have these three goons from the discipline committee. They would come there and chase him. But Mako actually took him to her home, where he tried to encourage Ryoko to fight once more. And it was definitely, nice to see Mako family, supporting Ryoko, because we have her mother who made her these, I forgot what they were called, but they were like some kind of snack, and we see that they were supposed to juice her up and bring life back into her, because we saw once Mako's father and brother had ate them, they were just like all hyped up, and they were running around like crazy. But she didn't really eat them. But then we have Mako and Nagita, and Nagita, he was trying so hard to convince Ryoko to fight. And at first I thought that his intentions were actually good, but I'll get to that more later on. But he was trying so hard to like reach Ryoko, and it just wasn't working. And she even kicked him out. So then we actually go to Sasuke's mother, Ragyo. And she had like all these men that had looked the same, and she was asking them what is clothing, and apparently she considers clothes to be a sin. I'm not sure why is that, but she considered clothing very sinful. And we learned that this company of hers, they actually have 90% of the population wearing their clothes. So that right there is a huge freaking number. So then we have Sasuke, who actually appears as well. And here's where it gets kind of weird, because we have Ragyo kind of like groping her own daughter, and that right there was like a little bit creepy, like it really was. But like afterwards, they were going back and forth about what had happened, about Ryoko like going berserk, and Ragyo was saying that it should be Kamui versus Kamui, like that is why she's gonna let Sasuke handle it rather than her get involved herself. And so she had this little quote. It was like in French, "La vs doy," which means life is funny. I believe that she said that twice. So there's a definite reason why she said that, and I'm pretty sure that right there that saying is gonna play a bigger role. But now Sasuke was actually saying that one day should be like more than enough for this little raid trip to actually, you know, for that to actually work. But then we have this guy Nagita. He actually made another newspaper, and he would like be on this what's it called, a megaphone. And while he was like trying to reach out to the student, we actually have Mako, you know, passing out this newspaper. But of course, you know, those three guys, you know, called him again, and now, you know, Mako had to suffer Aira's punishment. But he just put her on the hard labor line to like transport the uniform, like to transport all these uniforms, you know, into the van. So now, you know, Nagita, he actually runs to Mako house, where he like begs Ryoko for help. And you know, after talking to Senketsu, they like bond a lot. You should see that their relationship, you know, is growing stronger. And even he said that like every time he like drinks her blood, he just feels that this bond between them, or this feeling, is just getting stronger. So she finally puts him on again. Now she is no longer depressed, and when she goes to help this guy by defeating these goons, they weren't real people. They were actually, you know, they were kind of like dolls. And this Nagito, it was actually new. And when I saw that, I was just so surprised, because you know, this person Nagita, he actually was banned, but you know, we like nobody could. I'm pretty sure, you know, nobody thought that this person could be new. So that right there definitely caught me by surprise. And even the homeroom teacher, when he was like investigating this, he actually found info on this guy, and he was banned. But once we learn about his true identity, that data itself, you know, starts to disappear. So that right there, you know, it was very interesting, you know, how far she went to reach Mako. And we see that, you know, they actually have like a little fight, but Ryoko is clearly, you know, not in the right mindset. And so New just defeats her, and not only that, she actually destroys, or you know, cuts Senketsu into pieces. Now that right there, I definitely wasn't expecting. But when that happened, I was just shocked, like I really was. I never thought that Ryoko would actually lose Senketsu like this. It clearly caught me off guard, but I actually like that. But after, you know, Senketsu, what kind of pieces, we have Sasuke. She actually appeared, and she actually was able to chase off New, so that way, you know, I'm guessing, you know, she couldn't kill her. But there was at one point, you know, back when New was talking to Ragyo, and Ragyo like gave her a warning about Sasuke anger, like how it could be her downfall, or you know, or lead her into peril. It made me wonder, you know, if Sasuke ever lost control, or ever went berserk, who would stop her? Cause I'm pretty sure, you know, nobody could really do it except for Ragyo probably. And Ragyo, you know, also gave her a warning, you know, as long as she's like a child of covers, you know, the world would be on her side. So, you know, if Sasuke ever tried to, you know, take on her mother or betray her, then that right there, you know, would just make everybody go against her, and that right there is a huge risk. But after she had chased off New, she had took the pieces of a Senketsu that was left, and now she's going to give him to her, you know, her uniform partner, and he's going to integrate every piece into a different uniform. So I would imagine that now Ryoko, she'll have to become stronger on her own. She can no longer rely on Senseku. So that right there is going to be very interesting to see, you know, how much character development she'll get by being on her own for a while, because that right there is really going to be shocking. So I'm definitely looking forward to that, because I'm so curious, you know, as to how she'll get her uniform back, because this right here is her main source of power. I'm pretty sure she won't lose it forever, so I'm definitely curious to see how she'll get it back. Oh, and also Margo somehow got like dragged into this whole war thing, so I'm definitely wondering, you know, where that's going to go. Now, if she get another uniform, I think that right there will be pretty awesome, actually. But like I said, this episode, it just caught me off guard, like at the end, especially at the end. But I definitely liked it a lot. I loved it. But as always, guys, please not forget to like the video and subscribe, because that really helps me out. But as always, you guys take it easy, and I'll see you all next time.